What is good, everybody? It's your boy TK from Around D Way, and hey, let me tell you about this lovely podcasting app called Anchor. You see, Anchor is free to use. It has plenty of creation tools that will allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your mobile phone or your computer, and Anchor has a section to where it can distribute your podcast for you. So you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other platforms that you choose to do so. And also with this app, you have the option to make money from your podcast. And you can do so with no set goal and with little to minimum listenership. I'm telling you, with this app right now, Anchor is the best way for you to get started with your podcast. Because in all honesty, it has everything you need to make a podcast. Everything that you need is in one place, and that is with Anchor. So please download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. What is good, everybody? It is your boy TK from Around D Way, and welcome to the first episode of TK Talks Podcast. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna be too long with this one because I don't have the time. I got a few things in the oven that I need to take care of. Got to feed the family and stuff like that. But overall, man, it's just been so much to talk about and so little time to talk about it. But I'm going to just get through like a few things, a few topics of what's going on, and just discussed about the past few months and how the year 2020 has been such a big dumpster fire. Not even a dumpster fire, it's just like a whole sewage fire. Not even sewage fire, it's like a sewage fire mixed with a big dump fire. Like, that's how bad 2020 has started off. And I'm not even lying to you when it comes to this, man. It's just so much going on in people's lives, so much going on in my life, my family's lives, my girl's life is having some trouble too. Jobs are being lost, especially the small businesses and stuff like that. It's a lot going on. But other than that though, let me get to where I talk about this podcast in general and what's the purpose of this podcast. Really, in all honesty, this is mostly for fun, but this is also to do like I was going to do with my YouTube channel, which, by the way, go to TK Talks. You're going to see a nice purple icon that displays the letter TK Talks. That's my YouTube channel. Go subscribe to it right now. I will be talking about a lot of things as far as music, politics, stuff like that. I'll print out my playlist. I'm a big fan of lo-fi music, so if you like to listen to some nice, smooth, easy music and stuff like that, I also have like a playlist of that. I do all type of topics because I'm not afraid to talk about anything and everything. And even if I don't know personally on the topic, I would definitely go and make sure that I study up on it, brush up on it, or just gain opinions and beliefs from other people. Like, I would love to bring people on the podcast who do know more on certain subjects and have them not only educate me but educate others on the matter as well. And that's what I'm mostly about when it comes to this podcast and to my YouTube channel, is to bring people together, bring positive auras together. Let people know that it's okay to debate and articulate how you feel with your opinions and stuff like that, with your beliefs. You don't have to impose on people on what you believe and stuff like that, but to just share your thoughts and to just bring people together collectively to also communicate with each other better. Because it's the one thing that's going on, especially right now, is that everybody, including me, because I'm not gonna lie, I'd be defensive as well. Everybody's defensive. Everybody is going through a period to where some people are scared to leave their house right now, which is understandable because of COVID. They got people who are just razzled, especially those who are used to being outdoor goers and stuff, outdoor goers and stuff like that. Of course, they are a little upset with things. Things are getting tense, like I said, small businesses are shutting down. You got even big businesses that are not doing so well. Just a lot of things going on with life. With this podcast, I am not only advocating that we don't make rancorous comments and stuff like that. I am advocating that people, that just in general, like people, we gotta unite more. When it comes to friends, when it comes to family, hell, even when it comes to strangers, when it comes to everybody in this time that we live right now, you know, we're definitely never promised tomorrow. Well, we was never promised tomorrow to begin with. We were never promised another day to live to begin with. But with this right here is just, you know, I see people are truly letting hate drive their life. They're letting pettiness drive their life. And what I want to say about that is there is no need to have hate in your heart. There's no need to have a grudge in your heart. I'm not going to act like I'm endowed on what I'm saying, because truthfully, I at one point had a grudge in my life. And you know what? It took enough reflecting and enough calming myself down to be like, what is the purpose of me even holding this grudge? What is the purpose of me having hate in my heart towards others just because they did something wrong to me? What is the purpose of trying to get back at others for their cause and their reasons of doing something? You know, we may not understand each other, but we can always agree that we're different. We can always agree that your thoughts will always be different than mine. Your opinions will be different than mine. Your beliefs may be different than mine. Like, of course, people are going to have similarities too. But just focus on mostly living your life and doing what it is that you love. Focus on, if anything, trying to be a better positive outlet towards others. There's so much, in my opinion, I feel like there's so much hate that's being spread, especially during a time like this. And that is not what we need in this world right now. That's not what we need. There's too much going on. Too much pettiness is going on. Too much hurting each other is going on right now. We need to literally come together, and we need to literally just unite. That goes with everybody, even if you're a stranger to somebody. Yeah, you two might have, like I said, different experiences and outcomes and stuff like that. You two might express the way you feel about certain things in different aggressions. But in all honesty, when it comes to living in this lifetime, to live with hate in your heart, and to live with trying to purposely make sure that somebody else's life is miserable, all you doing is making yourself miserable. All you doing is just causing a negative aura in your life, and you're not really going to be happy. When it comes to this, or basically what I'm saying, not to like ramble on, but basically what I'm saying is this: you don't know if you're even going to live tomorrow, so why not live today with love? Why not live today with being nice to, matter of fact, you don't even have to be nice. Just erase the hate from your mind. Erase the hate from your heart, no matter what it is, no matter what they done, no matter who did you wrong or whatever. Because if you're a very advocate believer in God, you know God don't like ugly. So he'll always handle that on its own. If you're not a believer in God, or you believe in some other religion, just know that whichever God that you believe in, He is always going to take care of the problem that's at hand. And if you keep having the faith and keep striding forward, He's going to make sure that you're good. And like I said earlier, if you don't believe in God, then the main thing that you should believe in is you. And you should also believe in the fact that karma is real regardless. Karma will take care of those problems for you. You keep being you, you keep doing you, and you keep respecting and loving you. Because if you don't love you and respect you, nobody else will. You don't have to put up with the crap that goes on from others, but at the same time, don't give them energy. Don't give them any type of attention, because that's what they want. And when they see that you are off your game, that's when they know they have won. But when they see that you can literally pick yourself up and push them aside like a small obstacle, hopefully those people that are trying to conspire against you and stuff like that, they'll think, man, what am I doing? What is the purpose of me trying to do this person? And if they don't worry about them. Of course, they're going to try to keep coming back, but karma is going to get them. But besides that point, like I said, we got to come together. We got to do more. Whatever it is that happened within the family, whatever it is that happened within the friendship that kind of tore it a little bit, or kind of torn it to where it's like in pieces or in shambles, during this time of day, you guys got to let that go. You got to. I know it's easier said than done. Hell, it's easier said than done for me. But sometimes you just got to sit there and reflect, and you got to let that stress go. You got to let that all go. If you're able to communicate with that family member, if you're able to communicate with that friend once more, do so. And make sure to let them know, hey, even though you hurt me and I hurt you, and we have done some things or said some things that were really spiteful towards each other and stuff like that, just know in all honesty, I do respect you and I do love you. Because I keep on bringing up, reiterating this, you are not promised tomorrow. So don't go out with hate in your heart. Go out with as much positivity as you can. Go out with enough love to where you are satisfied and you have that weight off your shoulders. You guys got to come together, and you guys got to just accept that what was in the past was in the past. Baby girl told me that. Shout out to baby girl. Hey, but she told me that, and all honesty, like, she was right about it. As much as I don't want to mention, hell, my mama told me that. Shout out to my mama. Hey, and granny too. Hey, what's good, granny? What's good? That's my grand. But yeah, the three important women in my life, she told me that. And I already knew it, but I was so prideful and stubborn to not let go of that. Because, well, I just mentioned prideful because of my pride. I had so much pride that I couldn't just let go of something like that, you know. I couldn't let go of the hurt because it was my own friend. It was my own family, you know. Those are the people that I expect to hurt me the least. But in all honesty, if you think about it in life, that's who you get hurt by the most. I know it's sad, but in actuality, that's the truth. It's rare for you to really get harmed by a stranger versus somebody you actually know. But other than that, like I said, we gotta stop with this hate. It's bad enough there's already, and me personally, it's bad enough there's already a lot of anger and hate spread all over the streets. Spread all over this streets spiritually. I feel like it won't be long before it starts happening physically, and I mean more physically. Like, trust me, it's happening physically too, but I'm talking about like an all-out war type of physical. I don't know about you guys. I'm personally not trying to have a war. I just want to be able to live my life to the best of its full potential and continue to strive to be successful. I personally don't have the time for no war. And the way things are going, that's what it's leading up to. Which is why I'm starting this episode off with the little rambling that I have. Didn't mean to ramble about it, but it's just crazy how life is going. And it's crazy how with COVID-19, especially here in Louisiana, I'm not gonna lie to you, Louisiana has become a hotspot. It's progressively growing with cases. And if you see what I see, you'll see that there's nothing but people not following any type of order whatsoever. Either they're not wearing a mask, and if they're not wearing a mask, they're not staying 6 feet apart. There's big gatherings. Hell, there's a big gathering around my house right now. And understand, get used to doing what you want to do. Used to going out with no repercussions of it. When it comes to diseases, you're healthy as an ox and stuff like that. You just want to live life normal. But the thing is, though, you still got to have some type of mindset to where you think of others, especially the elderly, especially the kids. And if not for yourself, think about your family, because we all know we have family or a friend who might have a weaker immune system than you. And you don't know if you're asymptomatic or not. Well, in all honesty, if you are asymptomatic, the symptoms of COVID won't be prominent in you, but it's still lingering in there. And when you go out and you pass that on to somebody with a weaker immune system, you're going to get them sick. So, this is not me saying that you don't, or should I say that you can't go outside. This is not me saying that you can't go to the store, you can't do whatever you want to do, you can't hang out with your friends and all that. This is not me saying that. But there are certain rules that you just have to follow right now until this all blow over. One is wear your mask. A lot of people complain about wearing masks. Let me tell you something. And this is an example I've seen, and this is actually an example I have used many times. If you guys watch wrestling as a child or watch wrestling now, if you know who the wrestler Kane is the big red machine. That's the dude who is supposed to be Undertaker's brother. That's the dude who literally for a good 7 years wore a mask over, like literally a big mask over his eyes, his nose, and his mouth. Like, of course he was able to see because he had like the holes for the eyes, but he wore a full mask over his face, a full red mask over his face. He had literally done that for 7 years and literally wrestled, not even just wrestled, but practiced with a mask on for those years. And before 2003, when he took the mask on, he was literally wrestling in 10-minute to literally an hour-long wrestling match. Now, this is somebody wearing a mask and doing athletic moves, running around, actually picking up people, tossing them down, and stuff like that. Literally falling all over the place, running, sweating, actually like kicking and hitting the shit like that, like actually like practicing, sorry I didn't mean to cuss, but actually like using moves that require a whole lot of energy, a whole lot of athleticism, just stuff that's going to make you sweat. Imagine doing that with a leather mask on your face in the middle of a ring where lights are beaming down on you, so that's extra heat down on your head, down on your face, and you wearing a leather or plastic mask over you. And I'm sure he couldn't really even breathe in there then sometimes, because with that mask that he had on, it was pretty much like small holes for his nostrils. So imagine doing that for literally years, just to please a crowd of people. Think about that. When you got yourself putting on his mask for at least a good 10 to 30 minutes to go shopping. I don't want to wear the mask. I can't breathe in this mask. I can't. It's just, if you think you suffocating, go ask Kane how he felt when he was wrestling with the mask on. Because I'm sure at the beginning it was difficult for him to even do so with a mask on, but over time he got used to it. You have nurses, doctors, physicians. They are all literally right there 24/7 wearing a mask. It is not that hard to do so. Just wear a mask. All it is going to be for about 5 to 10 minutes. Just wear the mask. I promise you, you're going to be fine. I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting the wings out of the oven. All right. But like I said, nobody's trying to stop you guys from going outside. But there is precautions. Wearing the mask is one. Staying 6 feet away from other people is another thing. And then also, when it comes to hanging out with friends, nobody is trying to do a big gathering. There is no need for a big gathering. What would be the purpose of that right now? You know? I know everybody want to get their groove on, everybody want to party and stuff like that, but you just can't at the moment because you're going to cause more people to get sick. And you just can't do that. So, in all honesty, oh, say hi.
Hello.
That's my mom being herself. You go ahead, pull it, it's alright. But, what was I saying? Sorry, you're going to get that a lot too in this podcast. Oh, I knew what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when it comes to COVID and it comes to gatherings and stuff, if you want to see your friends, that's what Facebook is for. Facebook Live, Zoom. Zoom is definitely for that. You got Instagram, Snapchat, and stuff like that. If you want to actually truly see up to 100 friends and stuff like that at your home, make a Zoom party. You know? You can still go out and see maybe a few friends, like 5 at the most, because that's pretty much it. You're the 6th person, like 6 people together, that's fine. your significant other, spouse, or of course your girlfriend, boyfriend, that's fine. 20 other people, like the people that around my house are doing at this little club that they shouldn't be doing, and it's increasing literally each minute, because I'm pretty sure now it's going to be over 100 people just coming together, having a good old shindig. But I promise you, more than half of them will be sick with COVID if they don't already have it. It's just getting crazier and crazier by the days going, but please, just follow the rules, follow the orders. Like, you can still live your life like you normally do, but you just have to put a mask on and make sure to protect yourself from others and protect others from you. That's it. Just be more genuine about it. And like I said, if you're not thinking of doing so for you, think of it for your friends or your family who have weaker immune systems and stuff, you know. Think of it about the elderly people that you have in your life, if you have them in your life, like your grandmother, your grandfather. I know I have my grandmother with me, so of course I'm thinking about them as well. I'm thinking about her as well when it comes to this. Do what you gotta do when it comes to grocery shopping, and once you finish, you get in your own car, you can take your mask off. When you get home, you can take your mask off. It's not going to be long before you to take it off, because like I said before, you got nurses, you got doctors, you got physicians, they wear that 24/7. You got people working 14-hour shifts with masks on. The what's it called? The essential workers. Oh, I work in a hotel. I'm an essential worker too. Literally putting a mask on for 8 to 9 hours is killer. You can survive by putting a mask on for 10 to 30 minutes of your shopping trip, or 10 to 30 minutes of you roaming around. So now that we off of that, what else is there right quick? No. So I'm going to get on to this a little later in the next episode. But right now, our food sources, yes, our food sources here in America are becoming a little scarce. And so, don't overdo it. Not saying that you have to think of others. Well, you do have to think of others, especially the elderly and the children. Don't overdo it like you did at the beginning of COVID, which was unnecessary for not only the Lysol, but for the toilet paper too. Because there was no symptom saying that you was going to get diarrhea of the booty when it came to COVID. So I don't know why everybody stole all the toilet paper. Like, it's good we don't have a toilet paper shortage now, but when it comes to this, and when it comes to China, because China is having a flood and we get a lot of resources from them, especially our food. China is going through something right now, so we're not going to be able to get too much resources from them. And the only thing I can tell you about this is please stock up what you can. Stock up on some water. Stock up on healthier foods and stuff, because all that McDonald's, all that Burger King stuff, we all know that's not really good for you. It's very detrimental to your health, and in life it is survival of the fittest. So you really got to make sure that you stock up on some nice canned goods, greens, carrots, corn, potatoes. Stock up on some healthier choices. Make sure that you're getting the good. That's another thing to actually help you out with the whole COVID season, to make you stronger too, is try to do a daily workout when you can. If you're working, all you have to do is like at least a good 15 minutes every day, but it has to be a hard 15 minutes. Like just going in, just pumping it out, just getting it in. A good hard 15-minute run or something like that. If you have at least 15 minutes or if you can make 15 minutes out of that, do so. If you have longer, go ahead and do longer. Do a good exercise regimen for you. Make sure you stock up on some healthier stuff. If you can, grow your own food. That's what I want to do, but one in the backyard, don't have that much grass. It kind of sucks. And then 2, my neighbors got roosters all around the area, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be plucking at everything. So what I'm gonna try to do is grow my food inside the house if possible. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it happen, but it's best to grow your own food. Like when it comes, like I'm really gonna go full of detail about this in the next episode. Well, all I got to say is that make sure that you prepare for everything, because I'm sure that right now it may start off, or should I say this? I feel like right now, I feel like I'm rambling, but right now it's going to be okay. But when the second wave hit, the second wave is going to hit hella hard, because that's not just COVID, that's COVID and flu season. And the flu already hits your immune system. No matter how healthy you are, it hits your system bad. That's going to make you more susceptible to COVID, and that's going to be a double whammy that your body's going to have to fight. So with that being said, you're going to have to do what you can to have a healthier body, a healthier mindset. Make sure to meditate too. If you believe in meditation and some spiritual healing, stuff like that, do those things. Meditate, relax. Make sure to stargaze if you can. I like stargazing. If stargazing will help you out, the next best thing is to go out there and sun gaze. Go ahead and get you some sun, clear your mind, go for a walk. In all honesty, I prefer to walk at night, even though it's more dangerous at night, because you know they always got people lurking doing unnecessary things. But if you know a safe area to where you can walk around at night because it's cooler, go ahead and do that. I promise you, the nighttime is full of wonders and make you ponder in your mind about a lot of things, about the decisions you make, and make you feel calmer, relax more. It makes you ponder through your imagination on certain things. You know, sometimes when walking at night, it gives you inspiration to do more in your life. But if you don't feel comfortable walking at night, or if you can't walk at night, walking during the daytime is just as fine too. Get you some nice fresh sun. Let the sun give you that good vitamin D. And it also generates energy and gives you enough hyperactive attention to where you also realize that there's certain things you can do in your life too. So I just want to speak on that, about those few things. And when it comes to New Orleans and the Hard Rock Cafe incident, they finally got one of the bodies out. And I just want to give my condolences to the families, or to the family for them. May the people who died in that building rest in paradise. They still got one more body to go. They're struggling at the moment, but they're definitely trying to reach it on the 8th floor. And I hope they do get to it. And I hope that they do get to it to where they can make a proper burial and send that person off into paradise, just like they did with the last body. So my condolences out to them. And also right quick, even though like I'm not a heavy political person, a friend of mine did want me to talk about this person named Caitlin Bennett. At first I didn't know who she was until he told me that it was Gun Girl. And how do I in all honesty, that should be another episode. I'm gonna say that for another episode. But what I can say about Miss Caitlin Bennett is that her opinions is her opinions. You know, you can't really hate a person for spreading their opinions and stuff like that. But I just need for her to do a lot more fact checking on things. I need for her to actually broaden her mind a little bit more. She needs to be a lot more open-minded about certain things, especially when it came to the George Floyd incident. But that's going to be for a whole nother episode. I promise, guys. This was just the first episode. I got to go ahead and go do my thing. But thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed at least. Oh man, I said it was going to be short, and it was actually like 34 minutes. Well, it's still short because normally podcasts be like 2 hours. But with this first episode, we got so much in store. I hope you guys like it, even though I feel like I was just rambling. Please continue listening to it. Don't forget to follow this podcast, and also don't forget to follow my YouTube channel, which I'm going to be doing more with at TK Talks. And that's pretty much it, guys. You know, I'm going to be very happy doing this. I feel like this is a real nice hobby to do. I mean, I'm going to be trying to do a lot of other things on top of this, which I need to calm down about. Just focus on the few things in my life. But I really feel like doing the podcast and talking is a hobby of mine that I'll continue, because I always like radio. First of all, I don't mind even making my own radio station if possible. I like film and stuff like that too. So I just always wanted to be within that little production, whether it be film and radio production and stuff like that. I actually like that type of industry, and I'm hoping to one day grow my talents and work within that field. So doing this podcast right now is actually pretty great for practicing. It's also, like I said, just something I've been wanting to do, and it seemed like it's going to be really fun. So with that in mind, I also plan on inviting people to this, people who are local, people who are even strangers. I plan on doing a lot of communicating, talking, and debating with this channel. But with this podcast, the main thing is whatever it is you want to talk about, whatever it is that you have an opinion, a belief, fact, statement, whatever it is that you have on this podcast, this person who's operating this podcast, TK, is going to have a listening ear for you. And that is my main goal, is to not only provide you with good content, provide you with the best information to my knowledge that I can, not only learn, but also listen. And normally I'm mostly a listener anyway, but I've been having a problem doing so because of how I was brought up a little bit on being defensive. I'm actually learning to go back to, well, not really even how I brought up, because in all honesty, I was always a listener. I was always more calm to when it comes to this, comes to talking to people and stuff. But recently I noticed that it's like as I got older, I got a little grumpier. I got to the point where I felt like, man, I'm not really even trying to hear this person out or listen to what they're saying, which is normal. We are all human. We all, I don't want to say we all, but majority of us do stuff like that. But for me, like I said, I still rather listen to the person before I become defensive or before I even give my statements and stuff like that. And with this podcast, I plan on doing that a lot more. I plan on being the voice for those who don't really get the chance to be heard, don't really get the chance to express how they feel and stuff like that. With this podcast, I am going to give the floor to you, the people, to make sure that whatever it is that you want out there, even if it's a very unpopular opinion, even if it's biased, we can always talk about it and discuss it. And the one thing that people need to understand, and which I understand now and more so, is that it is okay to agree to disagree. Not everybody is going to understand where you're coming from. Not everybody is going to like what you say. Not everybody is going to agree with what you say. So let's not impose on each other with our beliefs and stuff, but just share our beliefs, share our opinions, share our information, and all unite and grow together. That is the main objective for this podcast, and as the main objective for me in life is to, not trying to be a people person, but for me to spread nothing but positivity and spread better communication towards others, for others, if that makes sense. But anyway, let me go ahead and go. This has been TK Talks, and the talk is over.